So I'm with Colin Schumm. Colin has taken over the role as starting quarterback after A.J. Wingfield was injured against Union. He's only a first year here and he's taken on a huge role. So Colin, can you describe some of the thoughts and emotions that were going through your mind when you had to step on the field after A.J. Wingfield was injured, particularly as a first year student and someone who's new to the team?
I think it's about feeling comfortable with what we're doing, and that comes with preparation during the week, making sure that we know everything that we're doing, the little details, the plays, everything that's going on in our offense. I think that's a big part of it, and then trusting what we're doing. I think the coaches and the players put a lot of trust in me to be able to put me out there and to run the offense, so I'm just trying to put as much as I can into it to make sure we're successful.
Take me back. What was your road like to Ithaca? What made you choose this school in the first place and come to play for this football program?
I think it was the love that I felt being recruited from here. A lot of the coaches, they were reaching out every day to me. Some players were reaching out. It was a lot of, you could just feel the love, even though I wasn't on campus. I wasn't in the meeting rooms or I wasn't in team meetings or anything like that. You just knew that coming here, you were going to be loved no matter what. Everyone was going to have your back, and we would work things out. So.
Yeah, and could you describe your best attribute? What makes Colin Schumm the player and the person he is, both on and off the field?
I think what I do best is just playing point guard, like me and Coach Hatcher talk about. A lot of it is just getting the ball to the players, our special players, and letting them make plays for me. They make my job a whole lot easier, all the skill guys. And, for me, it's just making sure I'm making the right reads and getting the ball to where it needs to be so they can make the plays for me.
And yeah, the other week you got your first collegiate start against Rochester. Were there any pregame jitters, or were you pretty locked in?
No, I think I was pretty locked in. I thought I was going to be really nervous, but again, going back to the preparation during the week, as long as you put your trust in that and you put all your time and effort into it, I think there shouldn't be any jitters or nervousness, but more of like excitement.
Yeah, and back to that, obviously leading the team to a 24-10 victory was an impressive feat, to say the least. What do you think it was that contributed the most to you and your team's success, and how do you plan to bring that emotion to your future games?
I think a big part of our play style is playing complementary football. Our offense feeds off of our defense, and our defense feeds off of our offense. And as you know, on both sides of the ball, we have great athletes. Our line played outstanding last week, which was able to open up the run game for us. And then, in our secondary, we had 2 huge interceptions and then a field goal block, which kind of turned the momentum back to us and got us rolling. So.
Yeah, and you guys obviously have the Cortica game coming up. Huge rivalry, huge event here. How is the team preparing both mentally and physically for this?
So right now we're taking it one step at a time. We're focusing on each week, each day, and we're just making sure we can be the best that we can that day or that week.
And can you describe some of the weekly routines or preparations leading up to games, particularly now in your new role as the acting starting quarterback for the team?
A lot of it is just putting in that extra time, meeting with the coaches, meeting with the players, making sure that the night before the game, if you do have any questions, that we're meeting with the line, or we're making sure that the running backs and the quarterbacks are on the same page with whatever it may be. And, I've talked about this before. It's just a lot of putting in those extra hours, the behind-the-scenes work, to make sure that everything flows the way we want it to.
And can you describe some support that you've received from your teammates, and how has that made you more comfortable in this new role?
Absolutely. They tell me every day that they have confidence in me. At practice, before the games, it's you can just feel how everyone is so connected on this team and how we feed off of each other's energy, and that's what's helped me keep going.
And obviously, A.J. Wingfield, he's a graduate student. He's been a star quarterback here for quite a few seasons now. How has he been giving you advice, and what is your relationship like with him?
I have a great relationship with A.J. I've learned so much from him from the start of camp until now, and having him, even though he's not on the field, having him on the sidelines and there during practice, it really does make a difference for me. It gives me a chance to talk to him, see what he thinks on the field, because I want to do exactly what he did and put this team in a position to win some games.
And yeah, and so far, what challenges or obstacles have you faced during this role, and how have you overcome them and went on to succeed?
I think a lot of it's just being comfortable with what we're doing, knowing the game plan and knowing that I can trust my guys with whatever we're doing and whatever that may be.
And how has the coaching staff been supporting you throughout your journey?
They've been supporting me a lot. It's really good to walk into Sriracha and just having all that love. I'm always talking to Coach Turper. I'm always talking to Coach Hatcher. It's endless love that you feel throughout the entire season, whether you're the starter or not.
And finally, last but not least, what are some of your personal goals for the rest of the season and potentially playing in the NCAA tournament?
Absolutely. So my goal right now is to just do this for the fifth-year seniors. There's a lot of guys who came back this year who wanted to play with AJ, and I know that, you know. So my biggest goal is to reach the goals for those fifth years who came back to achieve something.
Yeah, like you guys have Dan Mason, Julian Demaga, stuff like that. But Colin, thank you so much for your time. It was very interesting to speak with you, and good luck with your games.
Thank you, Flynn.
Of course.